Yo, what's up, guys? Lucky here. I just wanted to talk about something real quick. I don't know if you guys heard on the news, but dire wolves are back. Now, some people think that dire wolves are, from Game of Thrones. They're like dragons or mystical. Nope, they went extinct 10,000 years ago. It went viral after the guy, the scientist, well, not the scientist, but the CEO, he's an entrepreneur. He put up this team that made this happen, and without him, it probably wouldn't have happened. But I heard the podcast; it was really nice. It went viral, and yeah, he has 6 month dire wolves. He has one wolf that is, I think, newborn, like a couple weeks. But let's watch the video real quick.
We turn now to that remarkable scientific breakthrough. 13,000 years after the last dire wolf walked the earth, scientists say they've now brought them back. Here's our chief national correspondent back up and with the video tonight.
Tonight, a howl 13,000 years in the making. In a first for science, biotech company Colossal Biosciences says it brought the extinct direwolf back to life, a species that hasn't walked the earth since the Stone Age.
The direwolf is the first de-extinct species.
Well known from HBO's hit show Game of Thrones, ABC News given exclusive access into Colossal's lab in Dallas, where scientists are using genes from gray wolves to create dire wolves.
So basically, what I heard from the podcast. Let me intersect a little bit here. The CEO, the entrepreneur, he said that they found bones, and they have to find a couple bones because the DNA expires after a certain amount of time. But I believe he said that there was a dire wolf skull that was in a cave that had 15% of the DNA, and they just kind of spliced all this DNA together from what they found from museums, from places where these bones are known to be, and I think he only got up to, like, I don't know, maybe like 17%, 18%, very minimal. But then the rest, it just went from the closest descendant, which was a gray wolf, and they just kind of connected the dots, kind of tweaked around the DNA. But they can fuck around with the DNA. They can go in there, change a number, and it'll change a lot of shit. He also talked about he brought back a couple red wolves, which is insane. I think he made 15. They have woolly mammoth mice. I mean, dude, this place is getting crazy, right? Let's just finish watching this video.
We've taken a gray wolf genome, a gray wolf cell, which is already genetically 99.5% identical to dire wolves, and we've edited those cells at multiple places in its DNA sequence to contain the dire wolf version of the DNA. That animal looks like a dire wolf, it will behave like a dire wolf, and it is a dire wolf.
Now, 7 months old, dire wolves Romulus and Remus eating well and getting bigger every day. And David, the company tells us they're not stopping there. They plan to have woolly mammoths roaming the earth again by 2028. But critics argue that this de-extinction could harm fragile ecosystems. David?
Yeah, the images are really something, Matt. Thank you.
All right, boys. I did talk to my coworkers about this. You know, we're all kind of like trying to see where the morals and the science is. But something that came up first is woolly mammoth meat, right? That would go crazy. It would help the ecosystem. Most importantly, it would help the ecosystem in Antarctica. But I do know people are curious and they do want to try the meat. I know it's kind of fucked up. This animal has been extinct. But, like, woolly mammoths are huge, brother. And they could even one day replace cow meat or be subpar with it. And I honestly don't know what it would taste like. I know it's kind of fucked up to think about it. But the morality kind of comes into question, like, should we genetically modify animals or things? That's how Jurassic Park became a thing, right? That's the part of the movie. Some people are giving backlash, but I think this is a great movement of innovation. And the company strictly said that their research is public, but other people can use it, but they won't be fucking around with human splicing or anything like that. There's also, talks about China did this allegedly. I don't remember, to be sure. I don't have the sightings, but just take this with a grain of salt. China did modify some kids, and as far as genetically. I don't know how they did it. I heard that they kind of modified them to become. What's up, buddy? They modified them to become smarter, which is pretty cool. But you know, it kind of brings the morality of things. You know, like what you're kind of just brought into a science lab, kind of like Homelander. You know, so yeah, that would be fucked up. But hopefully everything turns out good, and we get woolly mammoths, and we get Cybertooth, fucking lions back or whatever. You know, I heard they're called the actual ones that we think about, like the Ice Age. They're the smile teeth or something like that. That's their name, not the most common one that people call it, like Cybertooth tigers. You know. So yeah, it'd be cool to see all these animals back. Would they fuck up our ecosystem? I don't know. I know the I forgot some tiger, right, in Australia. The Tasmanian tiger, right? Tasmanian devil. That would bring back the ecosystem in Australia because all the cats are kind of fucking it up there, and they kind of just let all the cats roam outside, and they fucked up the ecosystem. But the you know, like, from what I've heard is Australians love cats, but they hate wild cats because they're fucking up their ecosystem. Tasmanian devils would be killing off those cats, which is kind of fucked up, but it would help their ecosystem, and you know, woolly mammoths would help Antarctica's ecosystem as well. But you know, it just brings to morals. One thing we also talked about was like, can you bring back someone? Like, if you splice, we talked about like religious and morals. So there's supposedly a blanket that Jesus Christ was put on, and he got whipped, and it has all his blood on it, and it's on a museum, well conserved, in a Californian museum. Now I'm wondering if someone is going to grab that blood and try to bring Jesus Christ back, which is pretty fucked up, guys. You know, that's what I'm just saying. Now, would it be Jesus Christ? Would it be a God power? I talked to my religious friend, and he said that there's rumors that from there it would bring the Antichrist. Now, this is all religion talk, you know. As far as I believe it, I don't know, 50-50, you know, I just wouldn't fuck with it. So hopefully no one touches that kind of stuff. And let's just say if you bring back Hitler, right? You grab his bones and shit, and you try to splice it in and bring him back. Now, would it be the same one, or would it just be someone that looks like him? Now, this is all ethical and moral questions, you know, philosophical questions. So I don't know how much this is gonna move or how it's gonna be, but yeah, just comment down below what you think, and I'll talk to you guys all later. Peace out.